Buckle up, because the hip-hop world just got rocked by a scandal so explosive it's rewriting the rules of celebrity beef. This isn't your typical tabloid fodder about a love triangle or a petty diss track. This is a raw, chaotic mess of blood, betrayal, and revenge, all caught on camera in a jaw-dropping clash that's left everyone reeling. The players? Papoose, the fiercely loyal rapper known for his poetic devotion, arrested in connection to a brutal assault on none other than 50 Cent, the music mogul who thrives on controversy. The alleged spark? Leaked private photos of Remy Ma, Papoose's wife, that somehow ended up tied to 50 Cent's name. What could drive a man like Papoose, a symbol of old-school loyalty, to unleash such a vicious attack that the NYPD had to intervene like it was a high-stakes takedown? Did 50 Cent cross a line that couldn't be uncrossed? Was this an act of revenge or a justified declaration of war? And the burning question on everyone's mind, how did Remy Ma's private photos end up in 50 Cent's possession in the first place? Sources are buzzing with details, fists flying, blood pooling, and security footage now in the hands of detectives. Leaks are pouring in, eyewitnesses are talking, and whispers from the streets are painting a picture that's far from over. Grab your popcorn, because this drama is about to unravel in ways nobody saw coming. Let's set the stage. Hip-hop beefs are usually confined to sharp-tongued lyrics or shady social media posts, but this one shattered that mold. Papoose, the Brooklyn rapper who's built a reputation as Remy Ma's ride-or-die husband, allegedly turned a private dispute into a near-fatal assault on 50 Cent outside an exclusive Manhattan club. The scene, according to insiders, was less a scuffle and more a bloodbath, with a champagne bottle reportedly involved and injuries severe enough to send 50 Cent to the hospital. This wasn't just a moment of rage, it was a calculated explosion that's now landed Papoose behind bars and sparked a firestorm of speculation. To understand how things spiraled so far out of control, we need to rewind and piece together the timeline of this chaotic saga. About 3 weeks ago, the internet lit up when a mysterious folder surfaced on several high-profile gossip sites. Inside were explicit photos, allegedly of Remy Ma, never meant for public eyes. At first, skeptics dismissed them as fakes, Photoshop, or maybe even AI-generated. But then details emerged, specific tattoos, distinct scars, too personal to be fabricated. The photos were real, and the fallout was immediate. Fans started digging, and soon the metadata from the images pointed to an iCloud account tied to a burner phone registered to Curtis Jackson, better known as 50 Cent. The revelation hit like a grenade. Social media erupted with #Remy trending, memes flooding timelines, and fans dissecting every pixel. While the internet laughed and speculated, Papoose, known for his stoic silence, was reportedly seething in private, his anger building like a storm. Papoose isn't the type to air his grievances on a podcast or fire off reckless tweets. He's cut from a different cloth, old school, the kind of man who pens love letters in a jail visiting room and settles scores with his hands. Sources close to the situation say that's exactly what went down. Fast forward to a Saturday night on Manhattan's Lower East Side. 50 Cent had just finished hosting a private event at a swanky rooftop lounge, all smiles, sipping champagne, and posing with models and industry heavyweights. But as he stepped outside, the night took a dark turn. Witnesses describe a figure in a hoodie, later identified as Papoose, approaching 50 Cent with a chilling calmness. No words, no warning, just a devastating right hook that dropped 50 to the ground. What followed was a brutal onslaught. Papoose allegedly unleashed a flurry of blows, leaving 50 bloodied and battered. A leaked EMT report paints a grim picture: a dislocated shoulder, 3 fractured ribs, and a broken orbital bone. One paramedic compared the scene to something out of a gritty crime film. But the chaos didn't end there. An anonymous bartender from the venue claims Papoose wasn't just fighting, he was sending a message. Mid-attack, he reportedly shouted, "Keep my wife's name out your effing phone. Not mouth, not Instagram phone." The choice of words has fueled endless theories. What was 50 Cent doing with those photos? Was he holding them as leverage, reigniting an old feud, or was there something more sinister at play? This isn't the first time 50 Cent's name has been linked to Remy in a way that raised eyebrows. Back in 2019, rumors swirled that 50 had tried to sign Remy to his G Unit label, not for her music, but for reasons insiders described as ulterior. Both sides denied it at the time, but this scandal has dragged those whispers back into the spotlight, giving them new weight. Adding fuel to the fire, a now deleted Instagram Live from 2 weeks prior shows a tipsy 50 Cent smirking and saying, "Some wives out here ain't loyal when the FaceTime lights go off." At the time, it seemed like a throwaway line, but now it feels like a cryptic jab that cuts deep. The internet is buzzing with hindsight analysis, and law enforcement isn't treating this lightly. Papoose was arrested not just for assault, but as part of an attempted manslaughter investigation. An NYPD insider, speaking off the record, described the attack as surgical and intentional, suggesting that without security's intervention, the outcome could have been fatal. Papoose is now behind bars, facing serious charges, while the hip-hop world grapples with the transformation of a man once celebrated for his loyalty into an alleged attacker driven by vengeance. Remy Ma, meanwhile, has gone radio silent. No Instagram stories, no statements, just a quiet unfollow of 50 Cent and a cryptic like on a post that read, "Some things are unforgivable, even if they come with diamonds." Her silence speaks volumes, but it's the details trickling out that are raising the most questions. The same day the photos leaked, Remy and Papoose were reportedly seen leaving a couple's therapy session. Coincidence? Or a sign of a marriage already cracking under pressure? Then there's the bombshell discovery in Papoose's jacket after his arrest, a handwritten 4-page poem titled "This Ain't Loyalty, This Is War." Described by one investigator as the darkest love note they'd ever read, the poem reportedly details Papoose's rage and humiliation since the leak. It speaks of betrayal, of being made a fool by someone who knows better than to play with fire around snakes. While it doesn't name Remy or 50 directly, the imagery, a man grinning behind a camera flash, another drowning behind a locked bathroom door, has set the internet ablaze with speculation. The poem alone suggests this wasn't a spontaneous outburst, but a premeditated act. The silent approach, the lack of a weapon, the calculated brutality, it all points to a man with a plan. And then there's the legal twist. Court documents reveal that Remy Ma's phone was subpoenaed, with investigators probing whether she initially shared the photos with 50 Cent privately. Why would she do that? To answer, we need to go back further. In April, Remy was photographed at a private dinner in Miami with 50 Cent and a group of producers supposedly discussing a TV project about women in hip-hop. At the time, it seemed innocent, but now fans are calling it the setup. A blurry photo has surfaced showing Remy's car parked outside 50's Connecticut estate just 6 days before the leak, with a matching license plate and a disabled location tag. TikTok sleuths have even analyzed a slowed-down clip of Remy brushing 50's knee during a backstage interview frame by frame, like it's evidence in a courtroom. Was this a love triangle, a blackmail scheme, or something else entirely? Some theorize 50 used the photos to pressure Remy into a deal, while others believe she shared them willingly, only to be betrayed when she backed out. Either way, the fallout is catastrophic: a marriage in tatters, a rapper in custody, and a mogul under armed guard in the hospital. Yes, armed guard. 50 Cent is reportedly under 24 by 7 NYPD protection, not just for his safety, but to prevent further escalation. Detectives found a list of names and addresses in Papoose's car, including Fat Joe, who's been conspicuously silent. The absence of the Bronx legend, known for brokering peace in past hip-hop feuds, has fans wondering if he's distancing himself or protecting his own interests. Remy's team is in damage control, issuing a statement that she's deeply disturbed by the events and asking for privacy. Notably absent is any denial of the photos' authenticity or clarification about her relationship with 50 Cent. Meanwhile, 50 is already plotting his next move. Sources say he's working on a diss track, tentatively titled Nud 3 Judas, aimed at both Remy and Papoose, with lyrics described as too explicit for radio. True to form, he's also reportedly planning a podcast series and a Nobody's Damn Angel to expose secrets about celebs who've crossed him. Remy's likely the first target, but the legal stakes for Papoose are even higher. He faces 3 felony counts: attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, and criminal possession of a deadly weapon, with the poem potentially classified as evidence of premeditation. Prosecutors are digging into his credit card records for signs of surveillance gear, which could elevate the charges to conspiracy.